In this one, we're going to have a look at multiple assignment, i.e. assigning values to more than one variable at once. Now, it's something which we've touched on briefly, or we've touched on and I haven't really explained it, because if we think about some of the functions that we've used that can return more than one value, and then we've taken those and assigned them to multiple variables. So it's something that we have done, but in this one, I'm going to explain it a bit more and also show some other use cases for multiple assignment. First of all, quick reminder of what I mean by multiple assignment, because a picture paints 1,000 words. So here we've got two variables, we're using the short declaration syntax, and we're assigning more than one value to more than one variable. So in this scenario, we are separating the variables with commas and the values also with commas, and so 10 will be the assigned value for A, and 20 will be the assigned value for B. So as you can see, by using commas, we can assign more than one value to more than one variable. So let's go and run this. Go run main.go. A is 20, B is 20. How about if we only had one variable and we were trying to assign two values? Well, as you can see, my IDE is complaining, it's saying assignment count mismatch, and you get an error. Let's try it with two variables and one value. Again, assignment mismatch, two variables but one value. So those numbers need to match up. Now, the most common one that we've looked at so far where we've used this is where we have functions that can return more than one value. So something quite particular to Go is that our functions can return more than one value. They can return multiple values, often used to return an error as well as a value. And so here we can assign those values, again, using variables separated by commas, and then we'll call that function getPoint, and then we'll just print out the values of those variables. Go run main.go, and as you can see, we've been able to assign multiple values coming back from a function to multiple variables separated by commas. Now, another common use is to actually swap values. So here I've declared variable x with the value of 5, variable y with the value of 10. But what if I want to swap them over so that x holds the value of y and y holds the value of x? Well, you can do that like so. So xy will now equal yx. And let's go and print these out. So printing the value of x, we're printing the value of y. They started as 5 and 10. Let's see what values we get now. X now has a value of 10, y has a value of 5. So check out that syntax and how we did that. Assigned to two variables, separated by commas. They already exist, have already been declared, initialized, so we just need the simple assignment operator, just the equal sign. But this time we've done the order like this. So y will get assigned to x, or the value of y will get assigned to x, and the value of x will get assigned to y. So basically, using this syntax here, we've been able to swap the values of those two variables. Okay, now you shouldn't just watch me do these things, you should always have a go at writing the code yourself. So that's what it's going to do for this challenge. Write a program that declares two integer variables, print their initial values, and then swap their values using multiple assignment, and then print the values again to confirm that they were swapped. Pause me now and give that a go. Okay, so here's how we're going to start out. We're going to declare and initialize A with a value of 3, B with a value of 8, and then we're just going to print to those values. What values does A and B hold? And then, using that strategy which we just previously used, we're going to swap the values by just swapping over the order of the assignment here. And then what we'll do is we'll print this again, and we'll say after swap. And so we should see that afterwards A has a value of 8 and B has a value of 3. Let's go and run this. Before swap, 3 and 8. After swap, 8 and 3. What you've just seen there does look very simple. and it is simple, but it's also very powerful. Not all programming languages allow you to return multiple values from functions, and not all programming languages make it so simple to just swap values like we've just done. Hope you enjoyed this one. Make sure you give the video a like. Make sure you subscribed if you want YouTube to show you more Go Bytes. And if you want to see the text version of this lesson, or if you want to join my mailing list for extra free stuff and the news of my upcoming courses, all the details you need are down in the description. I'll see you in the next one.